This is a video about how to make pop-up puppet kits, and it's a long process, so we're going to start right away with making the sticks for the process. We have two types of sticks. We have a stick with a short cut on it, and then we have a face plate, and then we have the colored sticks. The colored sticks are not something we're talking about today. So to make the pop-up puppet, you're basically cutting up sticks to be to have a flat piece that's the lower jaw and a face plate. And we use the warped sticks to make the face plate. So we take all of the warped ones and we bundle them up. We'll do the bundling in a second. And when they're bundled up, what I do is I put a little arrow going this way and this way, and I make a line. And that's the depth of the distance of the faceplate from, that's how big the faceplate's going to be. We start out with a box of tongue depressors, and they're all in the box. And what we have to do is we have to sort them. There's a lot of ones in here that are warped. And you can tell when you hold them apart, you can get down in here, you can actually see there's like warped ones that are they're twisted. And you're going to put those in a pile, and you're going to get those out of there. And some of them may have just rounded edges, they're just too rounded. Some of them may have a bend in the middle. Like this one's got a bend in the middle. That one. And some of them are just, they have just a twist, or sometimes when you put them flat on the stack, there's one that sticks up this way because it's warped that way. And if you get a stick like this one, where it's broken on one end and it's chipped on the other end, and you just have a small little, it's a shorter little piece. This is a good one to put in the silverware drawer to stir coffee with, because it's of no other use. So this whole middle part is all warped, but the parts at the end are good enough that you can actually get a yield of two face plates for every stick that's warped. The other ones that are not warped, basically I just put an arrow going the same direction. And all I'm going to take off of those is just the tip. So I take the tip off of those, and that makes the flat piece. Just going from where the rounded part starts, I just cut it right at the rounded part. And then I will take those and sand them, and then we'll put labels on all of those, and then we have the face plates for when we assemble the puppets. So I'm still sorting sticks. We're going to separate them into faceplate sticks with all the warped ones, and straight sticks. And so what I'm doing is right now I'm going through and I'm getting all the warped ones out, and I'm going to put them in this pile over here. And then when we're done with that, we're going to take the straight ones and we're going to make a bundle with tape, masking tape. And I'm just very quickly going through the stack here. You'll get about a third of the sticks or more will be warped enough that you want to take them out of the pile. So, but the rest of them will be good. So this is a stack that's mostly good. It's all, and you're gonna square them off. You're gonna leave that stack there. And you get some tape, masking tape, and you get a thing of masking tape, and you can just put it on the end of your table. And you'll run this over here and put it around. You're gonna wrap this around. You're gonna wrap it around, and you're gonna pull it real tight. And do about two rotations around it, and you'll see that the sticks are not completely even. And at this point, you can go back in and shore them up. And now we're going to do the other side. Mark that. These are straight sticks, so they're all going to go the same direction. They're all going to say, let's just cut off the tip part. So I do that on all sides, so that when I'm picking it up out of a box, I don't have to think about it. It's just whatever the arrow is pointed at, that's what I cut. So I got those there, and I can add it to the pile. Now I'm going to bundle some warped sticks. That's always a little more fun. You're going to take your warped sticks and you get a pile. I do about 24 at a time. It just happens to be about what my hand can grasp. I don't like to have a handful of something that's too big for me to handle while I'm working on the bandsaw. I like the control of being able to just hold it like that. So there's probably about 24 sticks in here, which will make 48 faceplates. So I start again with the tape. Like that. Oops. And I go to about where I want the divide to be. Around. Shore them up. Shore it up. Over here. Around. Oops. And then you just eyeball it. You're going to want the faceplate to be about that wide. And we're going to want the faceplate to be about that wide. And then you go down the sides. Okay. Now you've got your sticks. I'm going to go over to the bandsaw. So I got a little Delta saw here. First thing we're going to do, we're going to do some of these. Now normally I do these last. I do the face plates first, and then I do these last. But we're just demonstrating here. So turn on the bandsaw. Make sure all safety precautions are in order. And we just put on through here. We got nice flat surface. You can take a sanding block to that to get all these little crumbly off the sides. And now we're going to do the faceplate. So we're going to go. I sort of went off the mark there, but it doesn't matter. It's a guesstimate. They're all different. I put all the face plates in a bag, and then what I do later is I take the tape and I pull off the top part of the tape. I pull off about 1/4 of an inch all the way around on each one of these, and I sand them down with the sanding block, and then I open these up and let them all sit in a bag. So I have a bag for these, and then I have a bag for them loose. And sometimes I sort through them and I put smaller face plates in the kits, but I try to keep them all about the same. Or I'll put in, I'll use longer face plates for the puppets I sell at the market. So that is the procedure in bundling and cutting and sanding sticks, and then the next steps will go on from there. When you cut the face plates off, you end up with some sticks that are warped, but they're still good tongue depressors. So you might use these for stirring things up, or if you make little marionettes, these would make little controls. You can make the T-bar of a little control off of the top of those if you want to, because they're a little warpy, but they're still in good condition. So I've saved way too many of these over the years and haven't had enough projects to do with them. But it is possible to use every single part of the tongue depressor, like when you're a farmer and you use every part of the pig but the squeal. So I got a bunch of these, and they're I want to sand the ends, but they're barely holding together. So what I do is I get another piece of tape and I wrap them like this. So I waited too long to put the tape down. Here we go. Wrap it like that. Tear off the bottom piece. And now I've got the room to use a little bit of sandpaper. Just take that edge down a little bit. Don't get the tape in there. Take the edge down, just like so. This way, when kid brother pinches kid sister with the pop-up puppet, the rounded edges will be less of a bite than the sharp, pointy edges with splinters. So you got nice rounded, and then you can open this up, the tape up, and put it down. And then I've got the same thing with these sticks. It's best to cut them so that there's a little bit of room between the tape and that, and you can just sand it like it is. But if not, then what you're going to do is just going to peel this down like a banana a little bit and take it down to about there. Just peel the tape back, and then you can sand it down. This seems like a messy and time-consuming process, and it is, but it's safety first as far as I'm concerned. And then after you get these sticks sanded, you can take them out of the tape. That's all you need, really. You just take them out of the tape, open the tape up. I take a couple of tries. I try to buy cheap masking tape because it's less sticky. And then get that off. And generally, as soon as I sand them, I go and I put the labels on. Planet of the Puppet labels. Print it up. I have no fingernails. Put it on there, and I'm looking for a little bit of a curvature. And put them on there like that, and you just do that a billion more times.